everyone, and welcome back to Clan Generator. Last time, SavannaClan decided that they had had enough. Upon the disappearance of Featherstar's grandniece and apprentice, Sagepaw, they decided it was finally time to attack MountainClan, their rival, their enemy. But she learned that Sagepaw was alive and well, having joined MountainClan because her father was a MountainClan cat, confirming this in a way that was, well, less than honest, and definitely hurtful to poor Brookheart. The cats of SavannaClan returned home. Now, SavannaClan doesn't have rules like MountainClan does in their challenge for what is supposed to happen when a cat has an affair with a cat from another clan, not even with an enemy clan. And SavannaClan has had a long history of letting their cats have kids with pretty much whoever they want. But in Brookheart's case, it did cause a problem. Featherstar can't bring themselves to do anything really bad to Brookheart, but, well, the leader figures there is something she should do. Sagepaw here, who is a strange, quick-to-help young cat, is currently sick with green cough, white cough. But when she does recover, Featherstar is going to make sure that her mentor is a different cat. Now, I'm not really sure who exactly should be selected. Well, perhaps Pantherfur. I mean, he is the only cat in the clan Featherstar really trusts, or Marshstream too, I suppose. Or Morningthroat. I'm gonna check and see which of these cats has had a mentor before, and which I think would be the best one for Sagepaw. Pantherfur is going to be the cat Featherstar selects. He is loyal to his sister, and he is loyal without a doubt to SavannaClan. He doesn't have any mistakes in his past, such as Marshstream, who has mentored Shinestripe, actually, for a brief bit. Well, actually, for a pretty long bit. Or Morningthroat, who had those mysterious kits with which Featherstar is thinking might actually be MountainClan cats now, maybe. Because, after all, that was how Brookheart got hers. So, Featherstar only trusts Pantherfur without any stipulations. Sure, she does generally trust the other two, but he is also the cat with the strongest connection to StarClan in the clan right now, I think. So that will hopefully put Sagepaw on the right path. Featherstar is grateful to Downybranch for their treatment. And perhaps a little bit more. After all, Featherstar found that Downybranch wasn't as crazy as they thought. And maybe the she-cat is on to something. Tumbleheart is eavesdropping on Acestripe. Downybranch is eavesdropping on Mysteriapple. Shinestripe ensures all their duties are taken care of. Wait, what? You aren't supposed to be here. Ah, that's right. I wasn't going to delete Shinestripe because that's a lot of work, and we might want her in the future. Shinestripe has been exiled in this save file. Now, of course, we know that she's currently living with MountainClan, but that may not always be the case. If Shinestripe does die, we're just going to ignore it unless she dies in the MountainClan game. Okay. Her ears is... Oh, missing Morningthroat. Hello? What? Wait, you have some sort of relationship with Morningthroat? Interesting. Well, he was a loner around our area. Perhaps when he became a kitty pet, he was shipped off to another place, and he can't find his way back to the clans. Or maybe he just traveled a long ways himself. And I guess, yeah, those are the only two in the Loners and Outsiders tab right now. Okay, let's continue here. Hornet Thistle wishes they were sleeping. Shinestripe eats food. Flutterpaw is having a hard time keeping up with their training. Lucille wonders how Featherstar is doing. Pantherfur wants some true. Banshee was recently caught humming to himself. Marshstream is listening to stories about Brindleheart. Wisteria Pool tries to set a good example for younger cats. Posy Step spars with clanmates. Morningthroat is hoping Tumbleheart won't assign them to the next patrol. Brindle Tiger is sparring with clanmates. Lido Spot wants to get to know Banshee better. Cola doesn't want to go on patrol with Jackdaw. Brookheart is stretching their tail in excitement. Brindle Feather wants to get to know Morningthroat better. Apple is out on a peaceful stroll. Sagepaw heads to the bathroom. Jackdaw asks Tumbleheart for an extra task. Stripe is telling stories about when they were young. Horsekit regrets eating a bug. Chaffinchbird is sharing their knowledge with Quailstar, which Quailstar is feeling down about. Talonhorse accidentally found themselves in Cola's dreams the other night. Brindleheart and Notchier are both thinking about their ancient ancestors. Curlewkit is hoping to meet with the medicine cat soon, and Podkit is currently walking in the dreams of Featherstar. It looks like Featherstar and Pantherfur actually don't have a lot of relationship for the time that they've known each other, and for how close they are in the story. So instead of coding, I'm going to just mediate them, because I can. Flutterpaw, meanwhile, is going to mediate Pantherfur and Sagepaw to give them a head start on their apprentice-mentor relationship. I feel like Featherstar would want to keep an eye on Jackdaw, but not want to impose, so she's going to send Morningthroat. This is one of the weirdest things they've ever seen, Morningthroat comments to Lucille as the patrol stares at SavannaClan's uninvited guests to their hunting grounds. Are they going to do anything about that thing? Let's see. Adventurous, calm, and strict. I think, we'll proceed. After a good long session of confusion, the patrol manages to work out that the towering creature they're tracking is almost certainly a maned wolf. It's a nearly mythical creature. They're all a little uncomfortable, watching an upsized red fox with the legs of a deer amble around their territory, but it's also a little thrilling to follow such an unusual and rarely seen creature. So the patrol keeps their distance, while also trying to learn more about that thing, which I think fits SavannaClan pretty well. I feel like Brookheart would be delegated to herb gathering for a little bit here. Or perhaps she just does not want to go out on a patrol of her own. Well, interesting. Apple had a vision, but Hornet Thistle can't make any sense of it. I feel like this is a pretty straightforward patrol. The patrol hears a cat begging for their housefolk to come back, before just barely legible over the sound of a monster speeding away. Now this is interesting. It's different wording than it was before. We are going to proceed. Featherstar finds a kitty pet, collapsed by the thunderpath, wailing for their housefolk. The only explanation they have is that the kitty pet was left because they were sick. Featherstar offers them a place in SavannaClan at least until they're better. Wow. We got Catrick. Why? Why with these names? I mean, that name sounds memeable, like, literally. Okay, let's take a look at Catrick. Here is Catrick. She is a toady with heterochromia. Now that's interesting. We can't see it quite yet because she hasn't woken up yet, but she is righteous and a great teacher. And look at all of that experience. Certainly a good addition, but what is her sickness? Oh, yeah, she's not going to last much longer, sadly. But I wish the two legs had done something to try and help her, or at least to make her death less painful. Oh dear. They could certainly do more about this than we could, but still, it's not something they could do too much about, probably. The patrols must continue, however. And we have... I guess this is our last two patrols for the day. Posy Step wanders past an odd badger set. overlooking a crooked in the little river, only to freeze. There's a new scent here. We're not going to proceed. Another one? Well, maybe this one at least doesn't have redcough. Here is Ermine, another female, this time bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty and a great mediator and valuable insight. Like, yeah, she's good at talking and good at insight, but somehow still bloodthirsty. Well, at least, hopefully, the broken jaw. Now that's what killed Notchier. I'm trying not to be too attached to these new cats, because they are probably not going to make it. I'm not sure, time to skip the first moon of the episode. Oh gosh, really? Again, I really should go into, wow. Interesting. Well, maybe we finally got some, events that are going on with the war, which should have... Oh yeah, this actually makes perfect sense. I really should go ahead and go into the settings now, the save file, and get rid of the war, because we don't need it anymore, because they've entered into an uneasy truce now. Tumbleheart got a stomachache, and Downy Branch is back to breathing normally. Marshstream got the white cough. Oh no, poor Featherstar. Morning Throat came out worse for wear after a border skirmish with MountainClan. Shinestripe sacrificed himself by taking on the role of a messenger. What? Oh my gosh. Shinestripe. Well, this certainly paints a more dramatic picture than the battle I had in mind. Should I keep Shinestripe's death? Nobody was really supposed to be killed in that battle. Wow. Marshstream feels as though they're living in a nightmare. Shinestripe, their kit, can't really be dead. Cats come to Marshstream afterwards, offering them the biggest, juiciest pieces of fresh gill, but they refuse it all. When Banshee hears the news of Shinestripe's death, they collapse and wail as though their own life was ending. Some of the memories shared at Shinestripe's vigil make Banshee laugh. Some cry. Most of them do both, as Banshee marvels at what a special cat Shinestripe was. Okay, what should I do here? Should I end the war? Should I just resurrect Shinestripe? The battle was supposed to happen. Is it possible Shinestripe was somehow the only casualty? It does say that Shinestripe was like a spy. Was he perhaps killed by the JungleClan cats, having noticed the MountainClan cats sneaking out of camp to go get them? If so, would Featherstar now feel justified to attack MountainClan further after knowing that they are so weak? Or would she feel just like it was all pointless? Like Shinestripe died for nothing because they weren't fighting over something in the first place. Would she then be so angry at Truestorm that she would have to attack MountainClan again until, despite saying that there was a truce, turn her back on it and attack them only until she kills the cat that caused this? What is she thinking right now? Let me know in the comments what you guys think should happen here. I will probably go through multiple moons in this episode. Should I do something now? Well, I guess you can't decide that, but I have to decide that. So, this is very interesting, for sure. I'm just gonna scroll through the relationship events here. Tumbleheart is thinking about how much Sagepaw reminds them of their own apprentice days. Pantherfur doesn't think Malaitospot had been completely honest lately. It seems that Pantherfur is suspicious of Malaitospot. Is it just paranoia running rampant in the clan after they found out that Brookheart betrayed them? Pantherfur thinks Dewdapple has also been acting strangely. Downy Branch is sparring with Brindle Tiger, keeping her warrior training up, even though she's now the clan's head medicine cat. Marshstream greets Cozy Step as they're exiting the warrior's den. Marshstream is having a wonderful time discussing recent clan news with Brookheart, not letting what Brookheart did get in the way of their relationship. Interesting. Morning Throat is frustrated Horseskip won't take their actions more seriously. They're in a war, after all. There has to be some accountability, even on the youngest members. They have to prepare. Brindle Tiger shares a joke about a neighboring clan with Tumbleheart, trying to lighten the mood, but perhaps this time, since it was received well, maybe it wasn't about MountainClan. Brookheart and Pantherfur have an argument. I doubt it was about a feather. Perhaps it was about their family's honor. Shinestripe heard an ugly rumor about Tumbleheart. Interesting. That's especially interesting considering Shinestripe is now dead. Perhaps he never got the chance to tell anyone else. Brindlefeather said they'd cover for Wisteria Pool, but when it came time, they got Wisteria Pool in trouble. I wonder what Wisteria Pool is doing. I mean, way back, Wisteria Pool was keeping a secret. I wonder still what that secret might be. Dewdapple saw Sagepaw but didn't get a chance to say hello. Lucille is surprised Marshstream's life isn't easy. Lucille lets Ermine share their troubles with them. Sagepaw heard an ugly rumor about Featherstar himself. Wow. Okay. Jackdawpaw is surprised Catrick's life isn't as easy as they thought it was. More joking. Alright. Well, and then there's the vigils at the end. Featherstar is becoming flustered. She's calling clan meetings. Perhaps she called one to announce that after Shinestripe died of their wounds, that the JungleClan cats gave in. Maybe she called a meeting to break the peace? Maybe one to say that it would continue? Featherstar isn't really sure what to do. Tumbleheart is assigning cats to the Dawn Patrol. Life must go on, and border patrols are more important than ever. Downy Branch is wondering how Shinestripe is doing up in StarClan. The Mediator wasn't supposed to leave so soon. Hornet Thistle plans to go out gathering herbs. Flutterpaw is thinking about they caught a huge rabbit. Perhaps thinking about better times when they were just a warrior apprentice, and that didn't mean having to kill cats or fearing for your life. It was all just about hunting, and protecting your cats from other threats that weren't cats that were trying to kill you. Just random foxes and occasional two-legs. Now, without her mediator, she wonders if she can ever complete her training at all. But she must try. I feel like Flutterpaw would do an easy assignment this moon, just strengthen the bond between an apprentice and mentor who already like each other and have no reason not to. Pantherfur is wondering how Sagepaw is doing. Banshee is having a hard day, a very hard day, the worst day of her life. Her son is dead. It was the only reason she went to the battle, the only reason, and she couldn't protect him. Though they managed to get him back to camp, the damage was too severe. Marshstream is also grief-stricken. His son, it is true, he has another son, but that won't help. That doesn't help the grief in his heart. He never thought he had to lose another child, and now he had. Catrick is still sick, Ermine is still sick, Wisteria Pool is hurt. Perhaps Marshstream worries he'll lose his other son as well. His family will be completely torn apart, and isn't fair. It isn't fair. He helped those MountainClan cats avoid death. And their allies hurt his son beyond repair. How had he been that mediator stepping in to fill Shinestripe's role? How had he not noticed his son was gone? Cozy Step is in the medicine cat den, perhaps helping to try and heal the many cats in there. Morningcoat is rethinking his life choices. What could he have done differently? Brindle Tiger let their clanmate have the last piece of fish go on the pile this morning, being as selfless as ever. Spot was humming to himself, probably upsetting his clanmates after all. Everyone's grieving right now. Cola feels nervous. Brookheart worries others are judging her. She, after all, caused all this by her own actions. By just falling in love. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair that by falling in love she had caused all this pain, but it was the way it was. Brindlefeather feels unappreciated. Two Dapples taking their sweet time eating their meal. Sagepaw was tasked with lining nests with moss today, and Jackdaw got caught trying to sneak out of camp without a warrior. With their own identities thrown into chaos, these two are both being judged and tasked with stupid tasks, or tasks that they might not like, by their own clanmates. And they're also starting to rebel. Stripe wants to eat a rabbit, and Horsekit hides in the medicine cat's herb stores. Interesting. He is an oddly observant little one. SavannaClan needs more blackberry leaves in their stores. The blackberry bramble has died back, withered and dry, and Downy Grinch can't get any fresh leaves from this. They note with growing concern that leaf bear might have killed the plant. They'll have to try a different bush on another day. Oh dear. It is the midst of winter, isn't it? Pantherfur suggests taking out the two apprentices together on a training patrol. Ooh, they're looking to Lucille to settle the dispute. Interesting. Oh, well, apparently he was the leader. Lucille nods sympathetically, hearing out every side to the argument, and with their help the patrol feels comfortable, even in their differences. Lucille is apparently quite the mediator, even though that's not his official role within the clan. Interesting. Ghost stories. The patrol is successful, and the cats relax with each other. Apparently, all three of them like ghost stories. And mother and daughter are bonding again, even after what happened. The cats are practicing new hunting techniques that might work better against leaf bear. And they all pick up a new selection of tricks. I feel like Banshee, even with her grief, would still want to go out on patrol. And so she does. Oh no. Well, Brindle Tiger is soon freed, shaken but unharmed. The patrol settles down as everyone comforts each other. Banshee can't help but think that another cat could have been grieving if it wasn't for her quick thinking. Perhaps at least she can do something good, even with her son gone. Curious has had a dream recently, and True Storm misses her apprentice. It isn't fair. It isn't what was supposed to happen. She did love Hornet Thistle. Now she's in MountainClan. What a wasteland. Chaffinchpike's worried about the dark forest, and Leopard Eye sends an omen of things to come to Banshee. Oh dear, is she gonna go through more trauma, or is this an omen that's a little too late? And the reader is also ready to send one. Talon Horse wishes they could speak to old friends. Interestingly enough, now I don't think this really matters, but perhaps SavannaClan is, well, if we decide that Featherstar did not want to continue the war after Shinestripe's death, then this won't really be canon, but otherwise, maybe MountainClan with so few members just can't defend the territory that they had claimed of SavannaClans, the territory that had been contested for so long, that isn't quite in their Mountie in their mountain area, but it's just on the border of it, which is like, I imagine it as like rocky savanna, basically. Still probably, well, within either cat's realm. And I think SavannaClan would definitely take this opportunity to claim it as their own, whether through fighting or just through announcing it at a gathering, knowing that MountainClan can't do anything about it. Tumbleheart's stomachache has left, but Featherstar now has one. Marshstream has recovered from white cough, and Wisteria Pool has recovered from their wound as well. So Marshstream has something to be relieved about. Brookheart has gotten a runny nose, so has Hornet Thistle. Flutterpaw travels to JungleClan to resolve some recent personal disputes. Oh. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, it's literally Fluttershy. I was just misspeaking, but yeah, Flutter decided to take the name of her late mediator so that he will always be remembered, which I'm sure Banshee and Marshstream appreciate. And yeah, Flutterpaw, I'm not sure that was the best cat to send, but she is our only mediator, and I think she made it clear that what they did to Shinestripe was not okay, but that she realizes they were just doing what their ally wanted, and perhaps, if they apologize, SavannaClan might forgive them. And maybe they should think about allying with SavannaClan, with their ally being so weak. Look at all this territory we've taken. Alright, Horsepaw has reached the age of 6 moons, and Brookheart is Horsepaw's mentor. Oh dear. I was thinking of maybe making Horsepaw a medicine cat apprentice, which I know I do way too much of that. But Downy Branch is getting old, and she would want an apprentice of her own to pass down her secrets to. Brookheart herself went through that period where she had to be a medicine cat apprentice, and now she looks back on it with fondness. I think she might encourage her apprentice to take that path. We'll have to see, though. Oh no. Horsepaw's leg has been twisted and deformed. Wow. I mean, Horsepaw obviously doesn't have any siblings, but that's interesting. Perhaps that's why Horsepaw was abandoned, which is awful and really sad. Horsepaw feels like they might be growing up too fast in the midst of a war. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. The game visit out for Horsepaw. Horsepaw! And the herb store is useless. Poor Horsepaw. Well, Horsepaw won't be doing anything anytime soon. Horsepaw is gonna be being treated by, the medicine cat apprentices, I swear. If Horsepaw, like, literally, how can MountainClan do literally anything? We're, like, 3 times their size. You know, it's more of a cold war than a real war at this point, but maybe actually it's more of a real war than it's ever been. So, I don't know if we should just... Oh man, why didn't the game set Horsepaw as a medicine cat apprentice to begin with? I don't think this could have... Well, then again, if it can happen to a mediator, it can happen to a medicine cat. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing here. So Horsepaw is injured, and I love Horsepaw. I don't want Horsepaw to die, so if Horsepaw dies, I might go and edit some more save files, which is the death of me, and I'll probably break the whole save file again, but this time, I will back it up. Alright. Relationships. Tumbleheart appreciates how Banshee always seems to ask how they're doing. Even though Banshee is the one who has lost a child, Banshee recognizes that Tumbleheart has also lost one of their grandchildren, now with them being in MountainClan. And Pantherfur thinks Brindlefeather was nice to them today. Cola seems to be oblivious to Pantherfur glaring at them. Pantherfur has gone back to not really trusting anyone new in the clan, or anyone has shown themselves not to be completely loyal. Featherstar doesn't notice Hornet Thistle twitching their whiskers at them. I don't know what that means, but okay. Featherstar purrs a long time at one of Marshstream's lame jokes. Aw, that's adorable. Even in the midst of a war, those two are growing closer. Downy Branch admires how brave Brookheart is. Downy Branch also overheard a joke from Posy Step they don't get. Marshstream had a difficult conversation with Sagepaw. Now they have a deeper understanding of each other. Marshstream and Malidospot heckled another clan. Wisteria Pool didn't know Tumbleheart leaving camp. Oh dear, Tumbleheart. Are you gonna pull a Brookheart on us? Just be like... I mean, Tumbleheart's relationship with Pantherfur was on the rocks, but it was because of Downy Branch. Or perhaps she's meeting Downy Branch in secret. Ace-Stripe thinks the prey Lucille is biting into looks delicious. Ace-Stripe tells a story to Brindlefeather. Posy Step thinks Wisteria Pool was nice to them. Oh, I'm so sad we're gonna see Horsepaw's name. Okay. Morning Throat realized they were too harsh in their judgment of Cola. Horsepaw asked Brindle Tiger to speak up. The feather stuck to their face is an old one. And Banshee and Brindle Tiger are having an argument. Still, not quite sure it's about a feather, but feathers in SavannaClan represent things like honor, speed, and agility, so perhaps they're arguing about who is the most honorable cat in the clan, or the most able cat. Banshee doesn't notice Hornet Thistle leaving camp. Is it a coincidence that it's in the same moon that Tumbleheart leaves camp? Or are they both going to meet different cats, perhaps? I also give Banshee bitter herbs on purpose while she's grieving. Hornet Thistle might not be a good cat, guys. Flutterstripe looks out for little Horsepaw's well-being. Perhaps Flutterstripe is also invested in the cat. She doesn't want one so young to die the same way her mentor did. Brindle Feather covered for Banshee. And Dewdapple is surprised little Horsepaw has such a bad life. Just everything's been thrown at this poor cat. Alright. Cola wonders what Posy Step thinks about Nate's. Okay, well, romance out of nowhere. And... Malidospot. Ace-Stripe is literally an elder. You know how long that cat worked as a senior for this clan to prove himself? Malidospot wishes Brindle Tiger would stop giving them gifts, as their nest is getting too full. Oh, hello, more romance out of nowhere. Horsepaw is having a fight with Ace-Stripe. Now that's interesting. And... yeah, that's about it. So yeah, there's definitely something going on there, at least in Cola's end. Okay, alright. I was worried for a minute that it was Cola loves Posy Step. Posy Step doesn't realize Cola exists. But no, it's there. I guess they're just platonic gifts? I know Malidospot probably doesn't like Brindle Tiger because of this, but... Well, interesting. Perhaps Featherstar's paranoia has gone so far that they've started eavesdropping on sick new members of the clan, thinking maybe they're MountainClan spies. Tumbleheart wants to speak to Flutterstripe about something. Downy Branch wonders how Cola is doing. Hornet Thistle wants to mouse. Flutterstripe is wondering if StarClan gave Downy Branch any prophecies lately. Lucille tries to set a good example for younger cats. Pantherfur also. Banshee wishes others reciprocated their kindness more often. Marshstream is feeling quite lazy. What's the point of anything? He just wants to lie around and feel sorry for himself. Catrick is refusing to follow the deputy's recent orders due to their own morals. Interesting. Ermine tries to set a good example. Wisteria Pool is also doing that. Posy Step is sparring. Morning Throat. Brindle Tiger wants to get to know Posy Step better. Malidospot tells some kids something or two about getting older. Cola has been a big
considerable amount of time grooming. Brookheart batted at a snake on a recent patrol and fled. Brindle Feather is eavesdropping on Brookheart. Dapple thinks they're going crazy. Sagepaw wonders if they can train me tonight. Jackdaw is gossiping, and Horsepaw doesn't want to go on patrol with Sagepaw. Poor Horsepaw both has a twisted leg permanent condition and a claw wound from their encounter with MountainClan. Perhaps the young cat, having heard the rumors around Sagepaw, fears her as a member of MountainClan. Even though Sagepaw isn't really a MountainClan cat. Sagepaw's all her life been a SavannaClan cat, but Horsepaw, well, he's recently had an encounter with MountainClan cats, and thus he judges Sagepaw. Ears is worried what will happen when he's gone from his house folks' life. Is he planning on running away, or is he more worried about, well, the inevitable that happens to all of us? Surestorm misses Brindlefeather. An interesting note, indeed. Quailstar judges Jackdaw. Is the cat doing something wrong? Perhaps he's sneaking out to visit his sister, Cypresspaw. Chaffinchbright is sharing his knowledge with Talonhorse. Leopard Eye sends an omen of things to come to Tumbleheart. Curlikit wants to warn Cola. Both dead former kitty pets are doing the same thing. Patrol finds a small burrow in the ground with a strange scent. They hesitate, unsure if this is worth checking. I don't think Pantherfur would want to put an apprentice in danger, and Brookheart would not want to put her own child in danger. The patrol decides to avoid the burrow. The patrol heads out. It's raining. The entire patrol mutely agree to grit their teeth and bear it, but that doesn't stop the relief everyone feels when they settle into their nests to dry off. A rather motley assortment of herbs refreshing the medicine cat's den stocks. Well, we now have some more much-needed herbs in order to try and treat poor Horsepaw. I feel like Featherstar would want to go out with Jackdaw and make sure that the apprentice not only doesn't get into trouble, but stays safe. And Featherstar, like always, is a cat of good judgment. Well, like usual, anyway. And she helps the patrol to compromise on a disagreement. They must check it out, right? The patrol approaches warily and comes upon a kitty pet that's sniffing around. The kitty pet notices their arrival and brightly says they've heard about the clan and wish to join. The patrol agrees to take them back to camp. Gopher Crawl! The game kid's giving me these names. Epic. Here is Gopher Crawl. He's a male of 55 moons with a stylish accessory. He's childish, but an incredible runner and learner of lore, both things that fit well for SavannaClan, and is decently competent for a kitty pet. Not the best, but not the worst. Your patrol comes across a bird that's occupied scratching at the ground. But we miss it. Something we can't afford to be doing right now. I guess both Banshee and Wisteria Pool are caught up in their own grief and can't manage to catch the bird. Oh, I forgot, Gopher Crawl needs to, Gopher Crawl exists, and he needs to go on his patrol to prove himself. Hold on just a second while I check the challenge rules. I've read the rules, and Gopher Crawl can indeed go on a patrol by himself, and that is what we will do, and he's probably going to get killed by a small... Okay, no, he doesn't. Gopher Crawl unsheathes their claws, puffs their fur out as far as it'll go, gathers their courage, and drives the small dog from the border all by himself. And that is definitely the kind of cat they need in a wartime scenario. So, Gopher Crawl is invited into SavannaClan readily. Before we go for the episode, I do want to see if poor Horsepaw gets killed by the RNG. If so, you guys can comment. I'll probably put like a
pinned comment for you guys to reply to in order to vote or express your opinion on what should happen with Horsepaw and, well, perhaps with the whole MountainClan war situation at large. Does it make sense at this point in the story? Does it not make sense? Wow. Well, it says that war continues to rage. But Marshstream is glad that the world is now less dull. Marshstream? Oh my gosh, did Marshstream just die? What? Marshstream fought a losing battle to give time for Lucille to escape. Morningthroat's bite has healed. Wow, the war with MountainClan is beginning to disrupt the daily lives of SavannaClan. For so long, it wasn't even a thing at all. But now it is. Brindle Tiger has gotten a stomachache, Hornet Thistle's running nose is gone. Pantherfur sits in the crowd, chest puffed up with pride, as they watch Sagepaw be named Sage Leaf and honored for their integrity. They consider themselves lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat and look forward to seeing the warrior they become. Jackdawpaw, now Jackdaw Root, named for their intelligence, can only awkwardly thank their clanmates as they weave through the crowd of purring cats. Once the meeting comes to a close, they slink out of camp alone for a while. Perhaps it does seem Jackdaw Root has a secret. Is it that he continues to visit his sister in MountainClan, or is it something more? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Featherstar. Okay, Catrick died of redcough. Gopher Crawl is dead, and Marshtree is dead. And somehow, all this is happening. Well, in the meantime, MountainClan is doing just fine. Seriously. I don't even think in their save file they are set to be at war with SavannaClan. Which, if this continues, we need to fix that. So that they're both at war at the same time and losing cats, because this is unreal. Marshstream is dead, apparently. If we make this war canon, Marshstream is dead. Shinestripe is dead. Horsepaw is injured. Gopher Crawl is dead, even after they just joined the clan. We could just make that not the case anyway, but yeah. Featherstar stares at Marshstream's body blankly, waiting for this horrible nightmare to end. Once night comes and they fall asleep, Featherstar desperately wails Marshstream's name, movements frantic as they struggle, refuse to accept their death. Wisteria-Pool, voice hoarse with grief, tells stories of Marshstream's care and wisdom as the clan sits vigil for them, making sure SavannaClan honors their parent. Things are never going to be the same now. They could never be the same. Wisteria-Pool doesn't understand how life is just supposed to go on without Marshstream, and he refuses to accept it. The past moon, Marshstream, Catrick, and Gopher Crawl have taken their place in StarClan. SavannaClan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss where they had been in their lives. So much grief and death has taken its toll on the cats of SavannaClan, and Lucille, who was saved by Marshstream's death, is shaken by it. Apparently nothing happened to Horsepaw. Horsepaw isn't better, and he isn't worse, but all of this happens. Unless we decide to get rid of it all, which kind of seems like cheating or cheapening of the story, but at the same time, I did mean for there to be a truce. I did not mean for the war to actually start finally for SavannaClan. After all that time, the game telling us that the war was here, the war is coming, it became like a running joke that the game kept telling me that MountainClan declared war on us, but nothing ever happened. I think this new update might have helped for something to happen, and also SavannaClan finally announced war on MountainClan back, which seems fitting the moon after I decided that story-wise this would happen. And then it seemed less fitting once I thought that there would be a truce. I'm really just gonna scroll through this, I always say it. I always say I will not. But Okay, Downy Branch. I can't do it. Downy Branch is surprised to hear Horsepaw express an ideal they can agree with. Perhaps Downy Branch is thinking of taking on the cat as an apprentice once they recover. Downy Branch said they'd cover for Brindlefeather, but when it came time, they got Brindlefeather in trouble. Oh, well, Marshstream was apparently developing a crush on Posy Stuff before he died. And he was surprised Jack Duffaw's life wasn't as easy as he thought it was. Wisteria Pool is still having this crush on Brookheart, which is interesting. Since Wisteria Pool has a crush on Brookheart and Morning Throat, I don't really want to interfere with the game, but at the same time, I kind of feel like interfering, because I want Marshstream's legacy to live on somehow. I mean, he's dead now. One of his kits is already dead. Wisteria Pool's the only one that's left, so encouraging Wisteria Pool to have some kits feels like a good thing to do, but, you know, and of course there's Morning Throat off to the side, you know, being the third wheel should this happen. So, yeah. And Morning Throat wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Horsepaws. Morning Throat worries that Moidospot isn't being honest with their relationship. What sort of relationship? Brindle Tiger thinks about how Horsepaw is always reliable. Brindle Tiger had a difficult conversation with Horsepaw, and they ended up resentful of each other. Brookheart feels safe with Dewdapple around. Ooh, is Brookheart developing a crush on Dewdapple? Okay. Hornet Thistle let Jack Duffau share their troubles with them. A-Stripe seems to be oblivious to Brindlefeather glaring at them. Ormine is sparring with Sageleaf, and Gopher Quill had a fight with Cola shortly before he died. And that is where we're going to leave off for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to comment about all the things happening in the clan and whether they should all be reversed. And I will see you all next time.